Hey guys, still here and welcome back to another 3v3 tactical match. This is one of the warm-up matches, and in case you are taking part in the tournament, there is a whole list of the team captains in my Discord channel that you can play against. And this is one of the warm-up matches between Regiment Huizinga and the enemy team is Lemons Give You Wings. I have personally never experienced it. I know that my wife uses lemons in her tea and various other drinks. She still doesn't have wings, so exactly how that works I don't know, but maybe they're about to show us. The person who sent this in was Scheisskopf. He's on the Red 4 team. They went Petty Field 2 versus 2. It seems like a lot of terrain to capture and a lot of terrain to control, considering that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Well, okay, maybe not that many. Let's say you have a lot of capture zones, for starters. You got 3 players. That means that you have 1 CV spare. 1 captures Alpha, 1 captures Foxtrot, and the third's going Charlie. But then, you're gonna need a 4th, and a 5th, and a 6th, and a 7th, and an 8th. That's 800 points in command vehicles, if you're going for the cheapest option. Keep in mind that you only get 3,000 points, so this is probably going to be a match where people don't really invest that much in CVs, but rather try to push the enemy out of the sectors, or just deny them the ability to get more command vehicles in. At least that's how I'm hoping it's going to go down. I'm really curious to see how they're going to play this, because it's a hell of a large map to cover all of this terrain. It's not impossible, it's just going to be a lot of work. Now, we got on the Red 4 team Scheisskopf, Milico Argento, and Tyrorgen, I guess, versus Eliminator Lord Pie and Paul Allen. Let's see if we can figure out what these guys are using. I know that Scheisskopf, he's using, what did he say? East German General deck. And who do we have? That's Scheisskopf's units right there. We've got a Salamandra. Sokol, I think this is a Polish deck by Tier. And then over here, Vidra, Sava, is that Finland? No. God, I'm bad with Red 4 units. Yeah, that's Yugoslavia, not Finland. Let's see, on the Blue 4 team, who did they pick? Because keep in mind, the rules for the tournament are that you cannot use you cannot use a nation more than once in your team. So that means that everybody's going to have to play their own nation. So it's not going to be Red 4 versus 3 Israel teams, for example. We got the Swedes over here. Amphibil, EPBV 320 or 3022s, STRV 121. No NTR. Tricky push over here into India. Towards the middle, Paul Allen. UEs. Seems to be South Korea for Paul Allen and Israel for Eliminator. Now Red's pushing up aggressively. It looks like they really want to get this town. And keep in mind that you don't get a lot of points, so every unit counts. And that's when I think that these Sokols are going to come in very handy. Not just these, but also these guys, because they have that GSZ-23 autocannon. First engagement, and the first kill goes to the Sokol over here. The Huey is spinning out of control. With a crash like that, I don't really expect the infantry to survive. Let's see, they've also captured this area, and they have another CV on the move. Scheisskopf's team already has 3 points in the plus. Blue 4. Where's your third CV, Blue 4? 1, 2, 3. Ah! That is the third CV. They didn't bring a 4th. And Red 4 went with 5 command vehicles, which means that they don't have as much to take down more units. They don't have as many points available for actual combat units. Now normally the right flank over here in Hotel, very, very busy. Lots of armored offensives. Not right now. You got the Kampfschwimmer, an SPW-40 and 1 tank. And that's it. There's an SPW-70 with LSTR taking the front line. LSTRs are decent at spotting, but most of the spotting is going to have to come from the Kampfschwimmer. And they're currently very well concealed as a sniper team. A Fiat 6616 is not really going to spot them unless they run them over. We're going to be looking at an encounter between these guys in a K1A1, K30BHO. In the middle, Merkava 3 Baz, which is getting hammered by the S13s from the Mi-17s. But really, a tank is not likely going to get taken down by rocket pods. A Laish, however, might. So quickly the Barkhans get disembarked. And just as they're disembarking, the Mi-17s run out and fall back. The situation in Lima is, however, that the Commandosi are taking up the forest, but don't really feel like pushing out, I think. Not at this point. Red 4 has now also captured Delta, leaving them at a +4. Blue 4 is going to have to make a move if they want to try and control the situation, because I don't see any new command vehicles coming in, except for the one over here from Lemonator, which is going to leave Red 4 still at a +2. Looks like they're forcing an engagement over here between the Hebyung and the LSTR. That's a lot of firepower that the Hebyung bring. Even if the SPW-70 is helping out the Hebyung or the LSTR, I don't think that the Hebyung are going to have any trouble with that. So instead they're falling back, and the BMP-2 is moving into position with an autocannon to assist against the Hebyung. The Barkhan is currently moving slightly back. It did seem like those Mi-17s, which you can actually see flying back to base. And again, I'm just going to stress that. Nurture your units, as these guys are doing. Because these, with their S13 rocket pods, can be very, very dangerous. And they might not be expensive at 30 points, but they can dish it out very, very well. Now, there's a Fiat 6616, which actually made it across the river here. That's a sneaky unit. I didn't quite catch that. Might have been underwater. And it is positioning itself as a fairly high threat to the Tunsha and that logistics vehicle. So maybe the couple of Sokals over here can find it and shut it down. There is an attack marker, so the Red 4 knows it's there. But Red 4 has bigger things to worry about, as the Hebyung have been pushing. The LSTR are still alive. Their SPW-70, by the looks of it, didn't survive. And there's even a Draken. This is a multi-role aircraft, which is going to ground, literally going to ground, with rocket pods, the Sprangraket, and doing a gun run with the 830 autocannon. And it seems to have worked. It seems to have wiped out the BMP-2. So that's a very important threat for them, less to worry about. But the only thing that they have left, is the Berdelas, which is the still fairly heavily armed, but not very heavily armored APC that the Israeli can bring to bear. And the Motorschützen should be able to kill that thing off very quickly. The left flank does not seem to be moving much. Unless I'm missing activity here, but I don't think that there's been that much happening. And unless Blue 4 is able to either push Red 4 out of a sector and neutralize a command vehicle, or unless Red 4 makes a mistake and allows Blue 4 to take out a command, then this battle is just going to tick over, and they're just going to keep that +2 going. So it looks like this tactic for Red 4 at the moment is working. They are perfectly capable of holding their own. They have frontline units pretty much everywhere. They have the Motorschützen, they're backing it up with the T-72, resupplying the T-72. We have the Commandosi in the forest in Lima. Light infantry over here. Really nice position for light infantry. 1,575 meter range on those ATGMs. They can hit from about here to here, I think. So that shuts down any vehicle that wants to try and cross, if they're not already getting spotted by the Commandosi. And over here, a Drug ATGM team, already fired one. Senke reconnaissance team, Vidra, anti-vehicle / anti-infantry. We got the Brutska over here, which is an anti-infantry squad as well. No tank over here. That could be a threat. Or it could be a weakness, rather, not so much a threat. Now, it looks like that Fiat is actually pushing up very aggressively. It still has plenty of fuel left. And Tyror seems to know that there's something wrong over here. I'm just not sure if they can actually see it, but I think the BTR-40 at this point... No, it's not spotting it yet. Good optics. Very good optics on this Viadoci. But the Fiat is still concealed. Where is it? Oh, it's hiding. It's in the tree line. If they can make it to Foxtrot, they can lessen the income that Red 4 gets, conquest points wise, but it doesn't get to that. A couple of Sokals finally hunt down the Fiat and completely shut down that. Well, I'm hesitant to call it push, but they shut it down alright. Merkava 3 Baz, currently half health, and I don't think that the Motorschützen are too eager to engage it, although they might win that encounter, but they'll probably need help. I wonder what the discussion is like on Blue Force team at this point. Because what do you do in a situation like this? You already lost a majority of your units. You don't have points to replace them. You don't really have any Schwerpunkt, any point where you can mass units and attack, because you don't have said units. And Red Force seems to be pushing you back on every encounter that you have with them. So how do you deal? And maybe that's exactly Red Force tactic. Capture terrain quickly, shut down a couple of units quickly, and just hold. And it seems to be working rather well. I'm going to speed it up a bit to see if anything interesting happens and to see what sort of push, if any, Blue Force is going to be making. Looks like we might get an encounter here between the Motorschützen and the Chukyeonsa. Chukyeonsa, they got that Carl Gustav M2, which can do a severe amount of damage to the T-72S1 there. Yeah, here we go. We got an encounter. Sokols are also looking to assist. And they are killing off potentially an AA team. That might have been the Barkan team that was over there. But at the expense of one Sokol. So the other Sokol's flying back. Chukyeonsa down to 1. Draken comes in. Takes out another vehicle from Schweiskopf. Sorry, Scheiskopf. Merkava 3 is falling back. Oh, look at how wounded these guys are. 1 Chukyeonsa operator surviving. 1 Motorschützen surviving. And my 17s are back on station. As we have seen, they can be pretty dangerous to that Merkava 3 if the Merkava 3 shows itself. And it seems like neither team has a lot of points to spend on reconnaissance. There's a Berdelas pushing in. There's even a Rio coming in, which Red 4 will definitely see coming. If they can capture that, that would be fantastic, because that would allow them to quickly heal up the Motorschützen. The LKV 813 is coming back in. So that's probably going to help out with resupplying the Motorschützen here. But again, Red is in a fantastic position and Blue's going to have to make a move. And I don't think they can. Look at how few vehicles they have. So this is one way that you can potentially win a match in a conquest situation where you have no income and 3,000 starting points. Push quickly, grab a lot of terrain, and hold. You don't have to push. If you push, you risk losing more units, and if you lose more units, the enemy has an easier time actually getting into your positions. Looks like the Commandosi got into a small encounter. Maglans did see them and are not really taking the fight to the Commandosi because they just can't. There's 29 Commandosi against 5 Maglan operators. It's not going to work. Lord Pi tries to do a random drop versus the Commandosi, but doesn't get a line of sight, so he just dunks it right into the ground, close to the Commandosi, but not quite on top of them. And over here, the T-72 as 1. Oh, there's another Barkan team. That's bad news for the Sokol. And they're flying close together, so the Barkan needs to fire 1 more missile and potentially kill them both. Did I miss that Merc 3 getting killed off? I think I did. At least the Merkava 3 is no longer here. And it's pretty much GG at this point. I wonder how many units Red 4 actually killed, because I think it was a pretty high amount. Looks like Red's mounting another push over here with an M84AN, Vidra, and some other units, but at this point it doesn't matter, because they scored a total victory against Lemonaders' Lemons Give You Wings teams. They actually didn't kill that much. They killed 1,000 points versus Blue Force 305. Match over in 14 minutes and 47 seconds. So, terrain grab, hold, and let the enemy just try to rush into your defenses while you casually gather your conquest points. That's one way to win. But there are many others, and I'm looking forward to what you guys are coming up with. So let me know by either submitting your replay through the system, link down below in the description for sending in replays, or by letting me know in the comment section, or of course by just showing it against other teams. What's your tactic? What are your plans? I'm looking forward to seeing it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys soon for more videos.